All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. I am slammed with meetings this morning, so I'm going to put in 5 tickers on this one, all right? The first one we're going to talk about is TTOO. The next one we're going to talk about is palantir. Those two specifically, we will be looking at after hours. The whole story is happening right now. It is the market reaction to the earnings, all right? From there, NMK, I'm liking it. I think I'm calling it a juicy setup. I know that this is one that we've looked at before. Excuse me, sorry. It looks like it is now ready to recover and run, so I really like that. NNDM, I think today was a really important doji, and truth be told, the only reason why I know it's extra important is because of the viewers out there. So man, thank you so much for everyone that let me know. But yeah, there's a really big buyback that's definitely been confirmed. It is not a rumor, and I think that should hopefully bring us a good candle tomorrow. And you know, I always say the day after the doji really matters, okay? And then MULN, baby, we're going to talk about MULN, and it's just a simple fact that that 20 moving average is no joke, all right? But before we go any further, what are we going to do today? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we are done up here, we'll look at the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to the channel, share this video on the internet, comment good or bad. Look, anything you can do really does help me out, but I swear, just being here and giving me your time is super appreciated, all right? If you can actually share this thing, oh man, that does me the best, because I'm not the best at doing that, all right? But look, let's get into it. And before we talk charts, there's just 2 real disclaimers I'm going to say, all right? First and foremost, if you saw my last video, I said it was all about the 100 moving average. And look, even just bare bone to the day, we held the 100 moving average, all right? This is not what mattered at all. And the whole thing was, how did the market react? And like I said, it's happening right now, and I'm about to show it. I imagine everyone knows before I even flip it, right? The number 2 thing I want to call out, look, listen to me. I'm not here to give you my opinions about the earnings. I actually, and I say this with all due respect, I don't even care about your opinions about the earnings, right? You want to know the truth? I saw a headline that actually said they lost some. Like, I don't think they crushed it, I don't. What I know is the market's reacting after hours and making it look like this, okay? There's still a lot that needs to happen, okay? After hours is not what I make my videos on. If you've been watching me for more than a year, hell, if you've been watching me for even a week, you know regular hours, the close of the candle on the regular hour is what moves my money, right? You know, I'm not telling you how to move yours, but yeah, just a perspective, right? This is a wild difference, right? Because actually most of this 21, if not all of it, is actually happening right now, okay? So it seems like, again, what I think of the earnings does not matter. What you think doesn't matter. That's why I'm telling you, like, your opinion, you might be able to analyze and understand the earnings better than anyone in the world, all right? I promise you, the problem is, it doesn't matter. It's whatever the market thinks. And again, after hours might be a complete fake out, all right? It very well might not be justified. It might be some people just kind of getting a little hungry and going. That said, when it's this big, I think it's really hard to ignore, all right? And you got to remember, right? The last time we were talking about this stock, 62 cents was the drum I was beating on hard. You know, I banked on this day. I very happily banked on this day, and truth be told, I actually picked up a little bit after hours. I'll tell you how and what I did. So, was it on the 1 minute? It was right here. Okay, so this was the big pop up. All right, this happened in the first, again, we're looking at a 15-minute chart. Each of these candles represent 15 minutes. We're in post-market. That's why this is dark gray instead of the regular color. Super big pop right here. My answer to myself, and I'm telling you, I was very ready to just say never mind, right? But I put a buy right here at 28. I think I put it at like 28.30 if I'm not mistaken. but I put it right here, and I was like, look, if I can fill a little bit right here, hey, why not? I'll nibble right here, okay? Clearly, if I went lower, it actually came to basically the 8 moving average, right? But hey, my plan was here. It actually hit the line. I filled. I'm pretty happy. As this thing is dropping, I kind of don't care if you really want to know the truth, right? But that's how I made my move after hours. Again, I let the lines dictate how I move my money. Like, that's actually not a joke, all right? From there, what am I looking for? Look, I'm really looking for a close over this, all right? This day right here, and I wish I had more decimals, you know that, but unfortunately I don't. But nonetheless, this day closes at 0.29. I'm going up a little bit. You can see how little I have to go for it to go from 29. This tomorrow needs to close at or above 30 cents. And when I say 30 cents, I mean literally 30.0, like 0.3000. Wow, I could not say 3,000 that well. I apologize. But that's what I'm looking for. I'm not using this 36. Obviously, if you can get up here, hell yeah, right? But, excuse me, I zoomed in too much. This right here is the last good green candle. Just get me over it. And one more time, let me say it. I know we're over it now, okay? I know we're in the 30s now. I actually don't care. What needs to happen is regular hour close tomorrow has to be there. All right, 31 would be beautiful. 30 is fantastic. 29 is all right. Let's see what Wednesday does. Okay, but as it sits right now, again, after hours is up at least 20%, right? Because this is 18, and I just saw we were down 2%. So 18 plus minus 2 is you know, you get the math, right? So I'm not here to say if this is the right reaction or the wrong reaction. I'm here to say this is the reaction. And baby, this thing was at an 89 RSI. Day before that, it was at an 84 RSI. That's still a lot of room from the 74 right now. And again, there is actually so much red. This could be a quick fill. And again, the only actual reason I banked right here was because I thought the RSI was too high. It's not because I didn't think that this wasn't going to go or any like silliness like that, right? But yeah, RSI was too high. I got out. You know I don't like holding into earnings. I got out. There was absolutely no reason for me to buy at 24 today, even though we held 100. Because for real, the market reaction could have been negative, and we could have been sitting at 15 cents right now. As high as this is going up, I swear it could have come down 2x. I genuinely believe that. The up does not go as hard down when the reaction, especially on earnings, is bad. But end of the day, look, this is the regular hours today. We need to see the regular hours tomorrow come. Like I said, 29 is the bare bone minimum. 30 is a hell yeah. 31 and beyond is 62 cents. All right, and truth be told, you can honestly argue 84 cents, but I think this is enough of a horizontal. I'm not going to delete this line. I do think 62 is the next wall, and let's be honest, if we can get from 20 something to almost 60 something, that's going to take our RSI definitely to a high 80 easy, right? So listen, the last thing I want to tell you, sorry for that scroll, that was totally me. Please, I know that I can draw a line right here at $5. I know I can draw a line right here at $1 something. I know I can draw a line at one. Dude, I don't want to draw any of the lines above, because one more time, don't have dollar plus dreams on a 24-cent stock. This ride to this line is huge, all right? So just don't get greedy. I've been there. And one more, just zoom out. This 200 line has literally never been touched, all right? The 100 was touched right here. 100 was touched right there. 100 is actually broken and kind of messed around with right there. It was touched right here, and finally we're here today. That entire story never included this right here, not even that day, like one of these days, somewhere right here, all right? let's call it March of 2021 was the last time we even touched the 200 line, let alone broke it, all right? To me, that means it's going to be, I don't want to say nearly impossible, because we just hopefully had good earnings that it runs on, but this 84 cents will be no joke. I don't care that it's in a gap fill, red, no. That's a hard line, all right? But one more time, yeah, I'm excited. I really, really am. I can't pretend it, and I'm glad to see what we're seeing after hours, all right? Palantir. I'm not too sure if you watched the TTOO section I just fast forwarded from, but Palantir has a lot of the same comments from TTOO. Look, regular hours are what matters more, all right? There is nothing that dictates what I do. Let me not say that. Nothing is too hard a word, but like 85% of my time and my money is moved based on regular hours. Sometimes important things happen after hours, and look, this moment right now, this is an interesting candle right here, all right? Because I think with TTOO, it's a little easier to say, hey, I think the market really does like the earnings, okay? We're looking at Palantir after hours, and yes, there was a real devastating fall to the 50. So in a lot of ways, we've actually recovered a good amount from the 50s up here. Don't get me wrong, I do see that, all right? I also did get a headline. Oh, we did just open our Discord page. It's been a lot of fun today, I'll be honest. But if you go, you can see the link for my Discord page on the last video. But look, the reaction here so far, we're actually over it now at this minute. Okay, you can see it on the top. Palantir, again, we're looking at after hours, so the numbers aren't necessarily locked just yet, but Palantir is actually dancing with the 8 moving average right now. The 8 moving average is 1852. You can see it in the box over there on the left, and we're basically dancing between 47, 48 right now, and I did see 52 as I started talking, right? So even with this push, we're actually still not over the 8, okay? And look, I'm just, I don't know, all right? I think the buyback is obviously very, very, very bullish, right? Like, I'm not here pretending that's not a little bit of news, and it's obviously a lot of a buyback. If I'm not mistaken, I think $1 billion buyback was the headline that was shared with me, right? I'm just, like I said, I think in my head, honestly, in my head, I thought Palantir's earnings needed to be strong enough to recover this NASDAQ. Look, today was a decent day. Don't get me wrong. It actually wicked down here. That was really scary wick, if you want to know the truth. But I don't think I'm believing we're not coming down here just yet. I really, like I said, I wanted Palantir to be up after hours, maybe 5-7%. I did. I don't think I was expecting like a 20% gap up. That's not what Palantir is. I think Palantir is on the border of being this like blue chip like hold and this like, you know, ride and die kind of little boy, right? Little girl. You get what I'm saying, I hope, right? But Palantir is becoming a 4%, 5% a day stock, and that's a beautiful, beautiful thing to become, right? But I think I was expecting a little more after hours. We obviously need to see what ooh, nice. I think we broke that 52 and it's going into the 60s. Is that what's happening as I'm speaking? That would be good. Again, the regular hour close matters most. What I really, really want is 1930. If we can close, and I think I might even draw that line if you want to know the truth. Sorry, I'm just zooming out to see. I'm going to draw 1930. I think if we can get over 50% candle, that's not bad. That's actually, I think, I'm not going to, close enough will make and break a lot of money, baby. I promise you, all right? We're not looking for perfect. I think we're breaking the 8. I think it's going. There's 260. Look at that. Hell yeah. I love it. That's what we're looking for again on the regular hour close tomorrow. We need the candle right here. If that happens, I think, yeah, we're back over the 8, we're back over the 20. Hopefully that corrects NASDAQ a little more. Hopefully getting there will actually take NASDAQ maybe back up to here. We really, look at the box over there. The 8 and the 20 are literally $3 off from each other. We need to get over 14,110. all right? And that little gap up right there, and I'm not saying little to be joking, right? But roughly speaking, that's the same gap up right here. I need Palantir to lift the NASDAQ, and that's a lot to ask, right? But Amazon did just have some good earnings. Maybe this can do it with that, and like that could be a good like team effort thing. But I have big expectations. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy. You know I'm happy. Damn, don't go back to 52, baby. You were supposed to be at like 63 by now. I know we're talking about minutes. This is the crackhead in me, right? I love this. I really do. But that's honestly my belief. I think 1926 close here in conjunction with, I'm flashing it for the last time, but for real, 1930 in conjunction with 14110. All right, NASDAQ does need to do well for Palantir to do well. Do not believe that Palantir is better. All right, like that is incorrect. Okay, but so far so good. That's at least what I'll say. All right. What was I gonna do next? I'm gonna do NNDM. That is what I'm gonna do next. Right? Let's look at this thing. All right, NNDM. A lot is happening here actually. Okay. This 7% is big in so many different ways, all right? Number one, technically speaking, look, I always say it, good things happen over the 8 and the 20. This lost the 8 and the 20 and pretty much confirmed and dropped like, break this, go to this, break this, go to this, break this, go to this. At the same time, start losing them and you're gonna go down to the next one, right? And that's basically what it did. But like a technical champ, it hit the line and it went. So just baseline technicals, this is really reassuring, but in a normal situation, I would actually say, I don't think we're getting over this one. That's normal situation. The news here though, is that there's a buyback and what's actually big is there is, I believe, a 31 to 32% of total market share buyback potential. All right. The way you value a stock, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. All right. But it's basically I don't know what the top number is, but you're basically dividing some number by total shares. And as you start dividing by less and less shares, you start to get bigger numbers, right? Like 10 divided by 5 is 2, but 10 divided by 2 is 5, all right? So if you can get that per share to go down, that's going to do ridiculously big things to price, all right? How embarrassing is it that I don't know the calculation for price, but I'm telling us where price is going to go? Believe me, I'm not trying to shy away from that not happening. But again, that's how little you actually really need to know about everything to like have enough confidence in yourself and crush it, all right? I think it's twofold of what just happened. But again, back to actual technicals, not making fun of myself. Look, this is a very big technical move. And this is as textbook as a doji gets. Literally opens and closes the exact same to the penny. Opens at 0.299, closes at 0.299. Goes this high and that high, arguably the exact same length up and down. This is as textbook as it gets. The day after the doji is generally very, very indicative of the truth. I actually would not be surprised if we gap up over this. Man, I would love it to gap up over this. Where are we after hours? It's going up. I'll take it, baby. It's not a big move, but I'll take it. Listen, I think there's a lot to like here. I obviously have not been talking about this stock for a while because bad things have happened. It lost the 8 and the 20. And again, I don't need to make a video to say the same rule I say about every video, right? But let me go back to the weekly. This is something I talked about and I said, look, this was a hard line to break because it was tying in with the 100 moving average on the weekly. It literally was what happened, okay? And this could have been more devastating. This actually could have come down all the way to 620, if not maybe like, sorry, dyslexic, 260, if not all the way down to like 270, right? But instead, so far, it looks like it's trying to hold the 8, and it really is all about coming back to that that 100 moving average, right? Break it, and there's a lot of room up, right? So yeah, as much as we were all getting really excited of this breaking, because yeah, there was just so much like just green, 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 red, 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 green, 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 green. Like a lot would have happened if these like what seemed like insignificant lines broke. The weekly is the reason why I started zooming in and out so much, but you can see it again here, that 100 moving average on the weekly was, but tomorrow, and look at this, RSI was as high as 88, living in this 88 for weeks and weeks and weeks. Look at that. It got as low as a really, really healthy 27. Hopefully it runs back up to the 80s. That's a lot of room from 40 to 80, right? So NNDM, wow, can you believe how dyslexic I am right now? A lot to like on this chart if tomorrow does what it needs to do, and more than anything, we get back over the 8 and 20. This bad boy knows how to run over all of them, and getting back over these will put it back over all 5 move, break all 5 and fly, lose all 5 and die, right? So get me right here is incredibly good, you know what I mean? And really get me, what are you at? You're at 324. Okay, not quite there. I would have loved getting over this meeting to get over the one on the weekly, but yeah, 324 might actually be the real money line here on NNDM, okay? I wanted to do 2 more. Like I said, I don't think I have time for any other ones. MNK. All right, I like this chart a lot. I know it just gave 32%. I think there's more to go here. Red, 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 red. Green, 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 green. There's really a reason to, my line right here is at 318, okay? That's still up below, excuse me, this 350 that theoretically, if we break the 50, go to the 100 rule kind of gives you, right? So, man, where is this 250 line even coming from? Dude, I don't even think this 250 line's that good. Let's get rid of that. I think there's, and where are we? We're in the big candle already. Yeah, we're in this. Red, 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 red. Green, 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 green. Green, 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 green. Red, 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 red. Dude, I really see 181 to 318 being very realistic. All right, that's a hard drop down. Again, I actually kind of don't care. It's all about regular hours. Let's see what it does. MACD's in the positive, RSI is pretty healthy. Really, volume needs to be a little bit more than 12 million tomorrow. There's a lot to like. Maybe we come as low as 162. That's the top of this. Where are we after hours? 164. I think 162 is realistic. And hey, honestly, we could come as low as 144 even, all right? Hopefully we don't. That would actually kind of suck in all honesty. But yeah, I think 162 is actually plausible, and you can see we're only a couple pennies away because it is top of this candle, still keeping us over the 8 and the 20 as well. Sorry, the 8 and the 50 as well, right? But again, red, 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 green, 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 red, 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 red. A lot of reason to believe we might be coming up here, and that's a fantastic movement, all right? Again, MACD, RSI, volumes looking healthy. Where are we on the weekly? Nothing but green, red, hopefully green. What's this line at? 251. I'm going to draw this. Less to have it there, more to see it here. I think that's the line I just deleted, if I'm not mistaken. Hilarious. That's why it was there. Okay, we'll keep the 250 there. I think it's worth noting. Otherwise, like I said, we might be coming to one of these. So I still like this. Again, I know I see a 32 burger just drop today. There's things that are kind of saying, hey, I think that there's more to come here. So I like this one. I do. And then I know I'm really long, but let's just look at MULN to look at MULN. I can't stress enough, the 20 moving average is the entire story on MULN. I know how wildly promising this day looked. I know it, all right? I know it. End of the day, what matters most is the regular hours close, and nothing good will happen until you can get over both the 8 and the 20. I know this one got over the 8, reasons to get excited, even wicked well over the 20, right? Like this 20 moving average right here. Until we can get over this orange line, nothing's going to happen. And remember, this day, look at the box over there. This day opens at 0.28, but then goes all the way down here and closes at 0.22. That is under the 20. This day was never over it. Not a single Not a single, not a same story with these two, same story with that one. Not a single one of these has been over it since this day. This was the last day we were over the 20 moving average. And again, you can see it. That candle is physically over the orange line. That one is under. Ever since then, we never realized, like, the last day we were over it was February 14th. That's a long ways away. And you know, just, you gotta respect the lines, all right? We're really close to losing this all-time lows number. We are definitely below 50%, this big candle too. There's definitely more to be worried about than excited here, you know what I mean? So what's the weekly looking like? Man, that's such a low weekly. I kind of like that the volume's decreasing. Maybe that does mean there's a little bit of a recovery that could come, because right, it definitely like goes up a lot right there, and that was pretty much the start of that super hard drop from 70 something all the way to the teens, right? We've slowed down the volume, we've slowed down the drop. I think the next pot, look, I would not touch this stock under 14 cents. I really wouldn't. I would not touch this, even if you want to be a little safer, maybe 15, but it is so dangerous to be in MULN under 14 cents. Break 14 and you've got my interest, right? Break 14 and hey, maybe we can go as high as 28. That's actually 2x right there, right? But for now, I completely would avoid this until that. So, hey, let me know if you disagree. I'm not here to scare you or tell you what to do with your money, but you know, more than anything, I appreciate your time. Thank you, thank you.